In this video, I'll be demonstrating sculpting a face from a solid block of clay, creating a textured wall mount and sculpting peony-inspired flowers around the face. I begin by wedging the clay to ensure that the consistency is even throughout. Starting with a ball of clay and exploring basic shapes is great practice to improve overall as a sculptor. Allowing the childlike imagination to explore basic shapes with some kind of knowledge of proportions can free you up creatively. I'm sculpting free form without references and beginning by creating general impressions where the eyes would be in relation to the hairline. Keep in mind that if I was sculpting the whole head, the eyes would be placed in the middle of the oval. By gently shaping the bridge of the nose and the general shape of the cheekbones and mouth, it already starts to take on distinct characteristics. Creating a general nose shape can be helpful in the placement of other features, like creating the line to indicate the mouth. The lips have some distinct contours that can be understood more easily when viewed as basic geometric shapes. The bottom lip shape has two round mounds, and the top has one in the middle. They taper gradually to the corners. I've practiced sculpting faces for many years and approach it more often from a place of observing shapes and reflecting them into my work. I find that I improve greatly when I also have an illustration practice. The two art forms amplify the understanding of depth and form. There are many ways to approach sculpting a face, and trying different techniques will offer you valuable feedback on your journey to sculptural mastery. The face has to be hollowed out before mounting it to the wall hanging. I'm using a large loop tool to carve out the clay. I find this process to be very satisfying. I want the shape to be around a ½ an inch thick. Now I'm ready to create the wall hanging that I will attach the face and flowers to. This could be accomplished by rolling out the clay or throwing a slab. I enjoy the motion of throwing a slab of clay. The goal is to throw it evenly on each side so that the surface is the same thickness. It's important to compress the surface so that it is strong and doesn't crack. I'm using sodium silicate to create a natural crackle texture by first painting on an even coat and drying it out with a heat gun until the surface is no longer wet. By lifting and throwing the slab again, I am able to achieve an interesting texture to frame the background of the face sculpture. One of my large ramen bowls is the perfect stencil for the round shape I need. To ensure that the piece doesn't crack off the wall mount, I am creating a hole for the air to escape, so the sculpture can breathe. To attach the face, I'm using a wire brush tool to score the area around the face and on the wall hanging I'm attaching it to. Slip serves as a glue to bind the clays together. Using pressure and friction to ensure that the pieces fuse together. The face was a little dry to smear directly onto the slab, so I'm rolling out a coil to bind them together. Once the face is attached to the slab, I'm adding more detail to the basic shape I made. Now for the fun part of sculpting flowers. I found this to be very enjoyable to create a flower similar to a peony that has more organic and free-form petals. By just smushing them onto the canvas board, I was able to create petals. They gradually changed in size, and I used a wire brush tool to create the petal veins and texture. I started with a small ball of clay and added the smallest petals first, connecting them with a little slip and attaching. Each flower petal was overlapping the next in a spiraling pattern. These flowers are really fun to make since the petals are not necessarily uniform, and it allows for flexibility in the creative process. Each flower kind of took on its own characteristics. I saw improvements as I made each one and found the process of making flowers very meditative. I'm attaching the flowers in the same way by scoring the area and applying slip. The crackled surface was great to attach to. Initially, I was going to sculpt this with closed eyes, but I decided to sculpt open eyes. Wait until the end to see how I bring the eyes to life. The pupils are a bit tricky to get just right. There have been many faces I've created that had eyes looking in different directions. Adding little bits of clay to build up the small muscles around the eyes to create micro-expression and contour. Since the eyes reflect light on a liquid surface and appear to have depth, even though they have a smooth surface, I find that carving out the pupil gives the illusion of depth that we see, rather than trying to draw them on the surface. There are never enough flowers. I'm using white clay to create the illusion of light reflecting on the surface of the eye. If you are interested in me creating more of a tutorial, let me know. Or if you found this video helpful or inspiring, please like, subscribe, comment, and share with a friend.